In this video, I'm going to do a review on one of the best-selling microphone of the Maono, which is the Maono PD200X. It is an XLR as well as a USB dynamic microphone. If you do not know yet, Maono is one of the leading company who does carry budget audio equipment like mixers, microphones, and accessories. Without further ado, let's get started. First, let's check what the package comes with. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so of course it says here it's an RGB microphone as well. And it has a software, it says here on the box. Okay, so pretty much it tells you the features on the packaging on the outside over here. Okay, and there you go. Okay, and now let's open it. So there you go. Okay, there it is. Okay, first of all, you will get this manual, and then you will get this USB cable. So it is USB-C to USB-C and also USB type A. Okay, so it looks like that. And then it does comes also with this thread. So this is if you want to connect this microphone to a boom arm, so something like this. And that's what it's that for. And finally, the microphone. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, so it's actually not very light. So the build is metal over here, and the shock mount is a plastic. So if we remove this pop filter, so it's metal. Okay, let's just put it back for the meantime. Okay, there you go. This is pretty much what you get when you buy this Maono PD200X dynamic microphone. And now let me connect this microphone to this stand. So let me just show you. So something like that, it's ready to connect to a regular stand like this one here. And again, if you want to be connecting this microphone to a boom arm like this one here, then you can use this thread. Okay, so let me install this one here, which is very self-explanatory. And now let's connect a supplied cable to this computer so we can do the testing. So from here, we'll connect this one end to here, to the one for USB-C. By the way, this cable over here is actually fairly long, very long. And as you notice, this is USB-C to USB type A. So you can use this one on both. Let's say your computer has a USB type C port aside from USB type A, you can use that as well. So maybe let's just use the USB type C on here because this laptop has a USB type C port and it's just over here. Okay, there you go. And now for us to be able to monitor the audio, maybe we'll just use this microphone to monitor the audio. So as you can see, it has a headphone port on it. So that means we can connect a headphone or an earphone on this port over there. So for that, we'll use this earphone to monitor it. I should say this is a user-friendly microphone. So just looking at the port over here, this is for the XLR port. If we will be connecting this one using the XLR port over there, and as I showed you, I connected this USB-C to this computer if you want to connect it through USB-C. And this port over here is to connect an earphone or a headphone to monitor the audio. Okay, and for that, I will be connecting now my earphone to this port over there. And this other button over here, this is to control your RGB light, which I will be showing you in a bit. Okay, I'm going to connect that one now over there. So this is a good thing if you have a longer cord. So you can actually, I can hide the cord under this table all the way over here. So that's the benefit of having a longer cord. And now let's talk about the features on this microphone. Okay, so as I showed you, this button over here is to control your RGB light. Okay, so As you notice right now, there is no light. So to turn it on, okay, so what you do is just hold this button over there. There you go. So now it's on. From here, to change the color manually using this microphone, press that button again at the bottom. So just keep pressing it, and you can select whatever color you want to use. So you can select this one if you would like. So it changes to different colors. And now this button over here, this one is a mute control. If you tap this one, just one tap, you will see the circle around this knob over here will turn red. So that means you're muted. Whatever you say, it will not be recorded. And by the way, the audio right now is not yet from this microphone. So I'm not using yet the microphone. I'm just showing you the features. Let me unmute first. So now it's in purple. This button over here has two functions. This is to control your mic volume or mic gain, as well as for headphone. I'll be monitoring the audio through this earphone over there. So let's say here, if you're going to tap it once, if you see there is a green color around this knob, that is to control your microphone or mic gain. Now, if you are going to tap it again, now it's in purple color. So in this case, you are going to control your volume of your headphone or headset, whatever you're using. And now let's do some testing. As I mentioned earlier, this microphone has a Maono Link, which is a software that you can control or do some changes still on your voice using this computer. So anyway, just to give you a heads up, not all microphones or not all Maono microphones are compatible with the Maono Link. And now, before we go farther, as soon as you connected this microphone, maybe just double check. Normally it will detect right away, and it will select this Maono PD200X as your input as well as your output, because we will be monitoring the audio from this microphone also. So if you want to double check, just go to your sound settings. And then once you're there, check your input, make sure it's set to microphone PD200X, as well as your speaker is set to PD200X, a podcast microphone. So once you selected both, then get out from there. So you're all good. As I mentioned earlier, this microphone is compatible with the Maono software or Maono Link. To download is very simple. Just search maono.com, and once you're on here, so on this website, just go to support and then head over to Maono Link download. So open that, and once you're here, you just have to scroll a little bit down, and from here you just have to select Windows, Mac, Android, or Google Play. So as you can see, this is also compatible to Android devices, not only for Windows and Mac, but in this case we'll be using this Windows laptop, so we'll be selecting the Windows here, so the Windows download. So it's pretty simple. Just hit download over there, and you should be able to see it's downloading right there. I already downloaded this one, so I will not be showing how to do that, but it's very simple. Once you downloaded it, go to your downloaded folders, and once you open it there, just run it, follow the prompt, and you should be able to download it. And once it is downloaded, sometimes it'll open at the end to you once you downloaded it and run it. And if let's say this one is what you can see, so pretty simple, just tap this one here and it will open it. Right now what you are hearing, this is now the audio from this software. So as you can see, it's blinking over there, so that means it's picking up my voice. And by the way, as I mentioned earlier, I am monitoring this audio right now through this microphone over here. So if you don't hear anything, maybe you did not select the on over there. So headphone, volume, mic monitoring, on, off. So make sure to set it to on, otherwise you will not hear your voice. As I showed you earlier, the button here on top of the bigger knob is to mute yourself. So let's say if I'm going to tap it now, So if you muted yourself, it will not be recorded. So you're not recording anything if you mute yourself, if that's what you prefer. As I mentioned earlier, the big button over here has two features. So the first one is to control the microphone if you want to control it over here. And since you have this software, you can control it also from here. Okay, so as you notice, the first one there is to control your gain or mic volume. So lower it, something like that, or increase that. There you go. Sound check, testing 1, 2. And at the bottom over here, if you want to control the headphone or the volume from your headphone, you can control it from here. So again, you can just slide it to the right if you want to hear it louder or lower it. As I mentioned earlier, the big button over here has two features. You can control the headphone volume as well as the mic gain from this phone, so without touching your laptop. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so right now I am turning it up. So I am now controlling the mic volume from this phone over here. There you go. And if I'm going to lower it, there you go. So again, as I mentioned, the color around the button is green. So that is to control the mic gain or mic volume. There you go. Now, if I'm going to tap it just once, okay, now so it's in purple or blue. So this is now to control the volume of your earphone or headphone. So again, I'm going to turn it. There you go. So that is to increase the volume of your headphone or to lower it. There you go. So again, those are pretty much pretty simple to find out. Okay, and now from here, instead of tapping or changing the color of your RGB, so as I showed you, you can just tap this one and it will change for you if you tap it. There you go. If your Maono Link is open anyway, I suggest do it from there, because every time you tap this microphone, it pick up that voice as well. So again, let me show you. There you go. It does pick up the voice every time you touch it. There you go. Anyway, it's all up to you. The only advantage of this microphone is that if you're away from your laptop, then you have a choice of changing the color of your RGB light of this microphone without getting closer to your computer. But again, if you are closer to your computer anyway, then might as well change the color from here. So it's very simple. It's just at the bottom over here. So if you want to select yellow, then tap yellow and it changes to yellow. And if you want blue, then it changes to blue. And then if you want changes without touching it, then select the last one right there, and it's like a rainbow color. Okay, so again, if you want to, maybe I'm just gonna select purple to adjust the brightness. It's over here, so you just have to adjust it from there or lower it or even turn it off, something like that. Now, if you do not want the RGB, you can turn it off also using this Maono Link or Maono software. So just turn it off. So this RGB and then off. There you go. So it turns off. Now, if you, let's just turn it on. And now if you want to turn it off using this microphone, you can do that as well. Just simply hold that button, the black button here at the bottom. Just hold until it turns off. So there you go. As I showed you earlier, that's what I did when I turned it on. So again, if you want to control it over here, just hold the black button at the bottom until it turns on. Okay, there you go. And over here, so the tone, you can actually select, there are options here when it comes to the tone of your voice. So right now I'm currently using natural. Now if I'm going to try or test the deep, okay, sound check, testing 1, 2, and yes, my voice is now deeper. Sound check, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, this is now deep. And let's check the original. Okay, sound check, testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now my voice is not as deep, so it's a little bit maybe thinner than the deep one. Sound check, testing 1, 2, and now let's go back to the natural. There you go. So this is now the natural. Sound check, testing 1, 2, and now let's try the last one, the legacy. Okay, there you go. This is now the legacy. Sound check, testing 1, 2. It sounds like for me the legacy is more deeper, or has more bass on it. Okay, anyway, now let's head over to the advanced. Okay, so same as earlier, advanced has a gain control also. So from here, gain is just the volume of your microphone. You can lower it from here or increase your volume. There you go. And so same as the standard, it has also the headphone control volume, so you can turn it up or lower it. And also it has this mic monitoring if you do not want to monitor yourself. So that means if I'm going to turn this off, which means it will still be recorded. However, I will not hear it. I know there are some content creators that they do not want to hear themselves talking. They just want to talk, but they don't want to hear themselves. So anyway, this is the one for you. So turn it off if you do not want to hear it, but I'm sure it still be recorded, or if you are doing streaming or gaming, it should still be heard by whoever you're playing with. Okay, there you go. So I'm just going to turn it on. I want to hear myself talking. Okay, so now let's head over to here. So this is your equalizers. So the first one is flat. So maybe let's try that. Okay, there you go. So this is now flat. Sound check. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's try the next one. So this is the high pass filter. Sound check. Testing 1, 2. Now let's try the next one. Okay, so this is the presence boost. Oh, I think I like this one. Sound check. Testing 1, 2. And it did boost my voice. Sound check. And now let's try the last one. Okay, sound check, testing 1, 2. And now this is the combination of the high pass filter as well as the presence boost. Anyway, it's up to you to play around which one you wanted to select. So again, this is the flat. This is the high pass filter. This is the presence boost. And this is the combination of high pass filter and the presence boost. In addition to the advanced tab over here is the limiter as well as the compressor. And of course, this equalizer is over here. And over here, this limiter and compressor, if you want to turn them on, you just have to turn it on. So something like that. And then you can set this one as you like. So this is pretty much to limit your voice from peaking. So let's say we're going to set it over there, negative 6 dB. And compressor, same thing. You have to turn it on to use it. So let's say we're going to set it as that. And if you want to turn it up, then it's going to be like that. But I don't really suggest you set this to 0. Otherwise, you will not hear yourself. Okay, so the compressor is pretty much to pick up the lows and it neutralizes your highs. So maybe let's just use the standard over here. Okay, there you go, sound check. So again, I'm back to the standard tab over there, or standard option. So maybe let's do a quick test. So what I'll do is I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit, and let's just check if we can hear any sounds around us. There you go. So I think I'm hearing a little bit. So nothing is going on here. I have no fan around, no air conditioning, no nothing. The higher your mic gain is, it does pick up voices around you. So if you can, maybe if you can lower your gain, the lower the gain, the lesser it is to pick up voices around you. So that is my understanding. I'm not a pro on this one, but that's in my understanding. Okay, and maybe let's do a quick tap test. As I showed you, this stand right now is sitting on top of this table. Let me tap this one. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm tapping the table right now. Okay, so I'm going to tap now this stand. Okay, I think it does pick up because it does blink over there. So let me tap it again. There you go. And then maybe let's stop this one here quickly. There you go. It's very loud. And over here, especially here. There you go. So anyway, the best really to whatever you're doing is avoid touching the microphone if you do not want unnecessary noise on your streaming or recording or gaming. Okay, and so from here, so again, this is using this USB. And just so you know, if you will be connecting this microphone using an XLR, you will not be able to use the RGB light as well as this Maono software. So that's going to be the the case if you want to use the XLR port over here. Now let's do a proximity test. Okay, sound check, testing 1 2, sound check. Now I'm getting closer, and now I'm gonna go farther and farther and farther. Sound check, testing 1 2, 1 2 3 4. There you go. So as you notice, as I go farther, my voice is not as loud when I go closer, something like that. That is because this is a cardioid polar pattern. So that means it does pick up your voice through the front, not through the sides, or if you are far away. Okay, so there you go. So if I'm going to talk over here, sound check, testing 1 2, 1 2 3 4, and over here, sound check. So it's very clear if you're talking in front of this top portion over here. Okay, sound check, testing 1 2, 1 2 3 4. There you go. So now maybe let's do a test connecting the XLR port over there. I'm going to use this Maono C2 Neo. And by the way, Maono has sent me this microphone to do my testing and different setups later that I will be showing you on my future videos. And now, as you notice, I have connected this microphone using the XLR connectivity to this Maonocaster C2 Neo. So what I'll do is I'm going to do recordings over there so that I can share to you also the audio output from this device over there. And this is the advantage of this kind of microphone, is because the RGB, you can still use it as long as you connect the USB-C to, let's say, to a laptop or to a power source, if that's what you want. And you can actually do both. You can record on your laptop, and at the same time, you can record on a different device like this one here right now. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to start now recording over here. So as I said, I'm going to be sharing to you the audio output of this recording using the XLR connectivity. Okay, I'm gonna start recording now from here. Okay, there you go. So this is now the recorded audio output from this device over here. Okay, so I am currently selecting the original vocal mode of this Maonocaster C2 Neo. And as you notice, I did not turn on the 48-volt phantom power. This is because this is a dynamic microphone. This is not a condenser microphone. This is just for the condenser. And now let me show you a quick maybe sample. If I'm going to tap this reverb preset, it changes your tones on here. I don't have this kind of mixer. Okay, I'm going to tap the first one. Okay, so this is the karaoke sound check, testing 1 2. I'm going to tap it again. Okay, so this is the church sound check, testing 1 2. Sound check. This is now the hall sound check, testing 1 2. Okay, so this is now the valley sound check, testing 1 2. Lots of reverb there. Okay, sound check. This is now the room, so it's not as much of the valley. Okay, let's stop again. Okay, so we're now back to original. So again, this is the good thing if you have this kind of audio mixer, the Maonocaster C2 Neo, is because you have lots of options to change your voice and other purposes as well. This is an on-the-go live streaming, podcasting, recording. This is actually pretty neat. Very, very small, very handy. If you want to check out the Maono website, this is the cheapest one they have currently, and it has lots of features on it. If you want to know all the features on this one, I will be adding a link under the description below. And also, if you want to check out the Maono.com, I'll be adding a discount code under the description below. And by the way, I want to thank Maono for sending me this gadgets over here so I can do my review and more videos or content later on. And that is all I can share for today. I hope this video gives you an idea as to what to expect if you will be getting this kind of microphone, which is the Maono PD200X dynamic microphone, whether you want to connect it using the USB Type-C or using the XLR connectivity. Thanks again, guys, for watching. If you like this type of video, please give it a like. And if you want more of this type of videos, consider subscribing if you haven't done yet, and hit the notification bell so you're always updated for all the upcoming videos I will be posting. Keep safe, and until next time.